Yeah, I didn't get the extra pages. Just got the normal book. Hello and welcome to A Bold and Distant Future. It's April 2nd, about 5 days away from not away, but past the No Kings March. So one thing I'd like to reflect upon today with everyone is the effectiveness of No Kings 3 and where we're headed next in terms of... Did everyone think that the No Kings event had an impact in any way, shape, or form? I don't know. It was a fun day out. I met great people.
8 or 9 million people on the streets of the U.S. it makes a statement.
I agree.
I was going to say, though, did you hear about Trump bombing Cuba this morning?
What?
April Fool's. Sorry, man. I had to do it.
Dang. That was good.
Yeah, wasn't it?
There you got me.
I watched the news this morning. I didn't see anything on that.
I didn't do any April Fool's yesterday, so I figured, okay, let's save this one for the show.
Oh, my God. I heard about Lindsey Graham going to Disneyland. I don't know why that made the news, but...
he was in a meeting, and then because he was there, he figured, why not, go get some $30 turkey legs.
Disneyland, not Renaissance Fair.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
So the No Kings protest, 3,300 rallies in all 50 states and record numbers. I've heard somewhere between 8 and 9 million is what the numbers I've been hearing.
The big pickup was also more of the rallies happening in the red states than last time.
I wanted to do a special kind of investigation into the red states and the numbers, but I didn't get a chance to get around to doing that research. I've done that before, but I have some photos.
I was going to say, that being said, like my sign said, it's not right versus left, but that's what the billionaires want you to think, because it helps them make more money.
Yeah. Well, people are getting out there, and my perspective is that this event in San Francisco was amazing. We had...
I know, that looked
they
fabulous.
Put the number around 7,000 people, even though some of the photography showed it very sparsely populated in a way, but they weren't fully there because people were coming later and gathering afterwards. You
and Craig were there, right?
Yeah, we were there. Very cool.
What letter were you in again?
I'm going to try to always be in the exclamation point. That's where I was this time.
Nice. Very nice.
Met some cool people and we had fun. We laughed a lot and no one said anything bad. It was like there were a couple of young kids, a couple of like teenagers and younger people and older people.
Yeah, there was another gathering at Civic Center too. Red. These guys made it to Santa Rosa too. I don't know if it's the same kind of thing, but it was pretty fabulous to see them, Yeah,
The Handmaid's Tale is a popular thing, but this is in Nashville. This is Tennessee.
Oh, man. So, come on.
Yeah, and the last one was Arkansas. So I tried to grab some shots, but I don't know numbers. It's kind of hard to gauge numbers. This is Clarksville, Tennessee. Didn't the Monkees write a song, Last Train to Clarksville?
Yeah. It's the last train to Clarksville, and I'll meet you at the station. Okay, never mind.
So the effectiveness, it's fun. It's nice to go out and find other people who are also anxiety-ridden, as I am. That's one of the nice things. You're out there just, I'm not the only one sitting at home worrying on my own. You get to meet others. That was the best thing. It kind of gave me an encouragement and a boost that way.
Did you notice the big discrepancy between how the right-wing news media was handling it versus what really happened?
No, I didn't notice any of that.
It was pretty funny. I can't remember the exact term they used, but the right-wing media like Fox is going, oh yeah, they're going at the crazy left or the radical left or whatever it is, and then on the streets they're singing, old folk songs and stuff, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, this is horrible.
Moab, Utah.
Bunch of bike riders.
But I love that poster earlier, or the sign earlier saying 1 out of 50 people in the United States attended a No Kings rally. If you go ahead and then multiply that by maybe 3, each person representing maybe 3, maybe 5, maybe 7, maybe 10 other Americans who didn't attend the event but have similar feelings, then that number multiplies quickly. And we're looking at 30, 40, 50 million people voicing concern.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting to consider that there were also online events that happened that didn't get counted.
Yeah.
I got to hear Bruce Springsteen.
Yahoo
Hey, how cool.
and
Yeah.
Joan Baez.
I didn't stick around for Joan Baez, unfortunately. I split after the Bernie Sanders. Oh, Bernie Sanders was there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys had quite a lineup, man.
We did. I was unable to see any of them. We had like 100,000 plus. So
News
by the time I
reported
got there,
News reported 200,000.
it depends on who you listen to. The organizers are saying 200,000. The news media is saying 100,000. So I'm figuring probably about 120,000.
I go
Split the difference.
150.
Maybe even 150. That was a load of people.
The media,
Tremendous number of
the
people.
media wants it to go down, and the reality is, it's not what the media is telling us. Look at that crowd. I mean, oh my
Yeah.
God.
I haven't heard any reactions from the White House about the event. If they just ignored it completely, or if they made a statement about it at all.
No, yeah, they made Trump made one little comment about it, and it was snide. Same thing that the news media did.
Well, in a sense, that's not altogether that bad. It means that there's this. I mean, they're trying to suppress the news about it. That means something.
You
Mhm.
bet. You
Yeah.
bet it does.
Yeah, they have to discount it and dismiss it, not just not report. Interesting.
Mm.
That's why they want to report lower numbers.
Oh, I'm sure of that. Still, what they reported was 100,000. That's not, that's not a small number.
No, not at all.
I just saying in that the mass call afterward, what comes next? Just that reemphasis of the point that we're building community, we're building movement. We're not yet ready to have that movement, that capacity, take action. Right now is this huge building stage, and if you look at the last 3 No Kings events, it's really successful in that objective.
Well, I'm seeing reports about a planned strike
Yeah.
on May 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah,
post-
no work, no school, no shopping.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, to me, this seems like all of these No Kings leading up to bigger things, maybe like a strike, are sort of like a fire drill. It's just to put all the systems in, so the telephone tree is built, that you know where to get the information, you kind of know where to go, and I mean, the next one's in only 1 month, May 1st, so it's maybe more frequent and hopefully equally attended. The problem is burnout. If people get burned out, I can't do this every month.
Yeah, there's that. This is a really nicely done mask.
I know, it's not bad.
I mean, I'm assuming that's paper mache. That's really a good
Yeah.
job.
Right.
Oh, I love that.
That is classic.
Yeah.
So everybody went to a No Kings then.
Yeah,
All
I
of
did.
us?
We did.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. Well, how was it where you guys? I mean, Roy, you already said pretty much what San Francisco was like. Were you guys part of the San Francisco thing?
I was.
Okay.
I went to the local one. Actually, I could have gone to 3 because the timing dictated that, but I was repaying my sign, so I only went to the big one downtown, and it was quite peaceful. The gathering in the park beforehand was, everybody's just chatting and seeing friends and walking around looking at different people's signs and stuff, and I can say my sign did get photographed quite a bit.
Awesome.
Which I don't know if you heard, I said it's not right versus left. I used the James Tallarico start. It's not right versus left, but that's what the billionaires want you to think because it helps them make more money.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't recall any violence, but this was in Los Angeles, I believe, and there was what they call kettling in Los Angeles, certain groups. And that's when the police sort of cornered protesters where there's no way out for them.
Wow.
And this woman was arrested, which was pretty cool. I think this was the best image that I've seen. That kind of,
Yeah.
What was she arrested for?
I don't know. Maybe
Or
just being on the
what
street.
was the point of doing this, of kettling people and grabbing them?
I don't understand why that. I've heard it's happened before in Los Angeles. Our friend Jake used to talk about it, how they kettled protesters in Los Angeles. I've never heard about it anywhere else.
New York City, they do that.
Do they?
Hmm.
What's the game plan? Does anybody know? They just want to disturb it, or you're jaywalking, and so they get you.
I think it's just because you haven't, non-dispersal. You have not dispersed. They want you to go away, and you don't, and you have nowhere to go.
I think that second bit is correct. They basically immobilize the protest.
Interesting.
So you got blocks after blocks of people in cages, which I almost think is more of a statement than if they let them, march.
Yeah.
You take all of these folks who are fighting for their rights and you put them in cages. What better illustration of the current state of things is that?
How come I haven't seen any pictures of that?
I don't know.
I don't have an answer for that. I don't know why you haven't seen pictures of that.
I think we got to get some pictures of this and get them up, create a few billboards out in the Midwest.
Yeah.
These people are fighting for your rights. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
I've only heard about it in the social media kind of areas.
So, the cages are literally they're fenced-in areas, or they're cages, or that they're
Well,
holding
they're barricades. They're removable barricades, but they're barricades nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah, like big sections of chain link fence or something that they tie together for the day.
Right. I see. Okay. Yeah. And that becomes the kettle. Yeah. We've got to get that photographed. And I love the idea of. There's that film. What is it? 3 Billboards in Montana, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They speak volumes. If we can get those and get some of those images, yeah, that'd be a powerful way to begin communicating
Well, I
to
do
the
want
That's an
non-believers.
interesting idea. How could you fundraise to just use images of the marches in states where you're probably not going to see as much news by
Yeah.
billboards?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, do GoFundMe's to buy billboards and just provide the images. Yeah, wow, that could be really powerful.
Well, the Pope is calling for a ceasefire in the Middle East.
Go
And-
Pope Leo.
Yeah.
He was invited to come to the July 4th festivities, and he politely declined.
I would understand why he would decline, but still he's making very political statements this
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Who is bombing Lebanon? I mean, is that just strictly Israel?
No
At this
doubt.
point, it's just Israel.
Because their death tolls are almost as high as Iran. They're up in over 1,000.
I love
Yeah.
this headline: U.S. goals and/or U.S. objectives have been achieved, and we still don't know what those are.
Yeah.
Just these vague statements about it.
I believe the goal was to create an opportunity for billionaires to buy oil before he made that announcement. We saw that. Nobody's talking about that, interestingly.
Yeah.
And to create an economic disruption, which I'm sure is translating somehow into the manipulation of the stock market.
Yeah.
Well, this happened in Saudi Arabia. A U.S. radar aircraft was bombed by Iran, and apparently the location was given through Russian satellite information. So Russia was supplying Iran with the data they needed to do this.
The other thing which I thought was interesting this week, that the Houthis were involved in bombing now, and you think about their placement and the Straits of Hormuz. How about the other end of the Red Sea being shut down?
Yeah.
Not to mention all those beautiful reefs in southern Saudi being inaccessible.
Well, here's the connection, whether, how it actually links up. It said Russia took the satellite images of the U.S. airbase in the days before the Iranian attack. So, not explicitly connected, but it looks like they have.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And the scoop came from Zelensky about that.
Yeah.
Interesting times.
I want to go to the doomsday clock and see how close they are now. I check that occasionally. I've wanted to report on it here as a kind of ongoing special feature, or recurring feature. I think we're getting closer.
I'm thinking about that video that who put that up? Was that you, Roy? The woman who from the U.S. Army intelligence who was speaking about the war in Iran and stuff, and I tried to copy that. The only thing I didn't do, which I still might do, is just make a film of it with my camera and convert it, because I couldn't get it out of the format, and because Instagram has blocks on it somehow. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had trouble with that
I'd like
too.
to get it into an MPEG so I could upload it to Facebook and just ask people to post it all over the place, because that film is a very telling little piece of information that
Yeah.
no one's talking about anywhere.
That's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll try to grab it too and stick it up here on the channel somewhere.
Yeah, man,
Then you could link people just to our webpage that way.
that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll look into that. That's a good idea. Well, the May 1st celebrations are coming up. But it looks like, I don't know how many people are going to take to this, because a general strike doesn't seem like a very American thing. Americans don't do general strikes. It seems like
We
a Europe.
used to until it was made illegal.
Ah,
And it was made illegal in response to labor. And I think it's part of, somebody help me with this. What's the name of the legislation that basically curtailed the ability of unions to hold secondary strikes, general strikes, and so forth?
I don't know that. That's worth looking
it
into.
came out, I think, in the 40s, mid-40s.
I can't ID that for you. But
Yeah.
it brings to mind what TSA was doing with like sick outs,
Mm-hmm.
which is another kind of secondary strike when you think about it. They're not getting paid, so they're calling in sick because they got to moonlight and get another job so they don't lose their house or something, you know?
I want someone to give the Breeze a call. We need him back on the program because he knows that stuff, and he hasn't been around here for a while. Whatever happened to the Breeze? Craig, do you remember the Breeze?
Yeah, I don't know. I should reach out to him and see if he wants to join in. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think the Breeze has ever been on this thing since I started coming.
oh, maybe.
Yeah, I actually don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I think he was a while back.
Here is the act. General strikes are effectively prohibited in the U.S. by the Taft-Hartley Act of 1946.
Taft-Hartley, yes, thank you.
Which bans secondary boycotts, solidarity strikes, and strikes for political goals. These, along with restrictions on wildcat strikes, makes widespread multi-industry strikes illegal under federal law.
Yeah, that was painful. That cut off labor at its knees.
Yeah.
Watching Trump pull out his show and tell poster boards as he entered the plane was also pretty painful. As Jimmy Kimmel pointed out, this is interesting. These architectural grade photos showing staircases that go nowhere and stuff like that. He pointed out a few things. I was just like, oh my God.
Somebody said that it was the same person that designed the Winchester Mystery House.
Rock on, man. And you know that gets a lot of tourist traffic.
Keep building. Yeah, how did he ever get... I mean, he didn't get this thing approved, and the thing is that he was taken to court on it, and I'll have it in a second, there's a temporary stop on construction. But I think the psychic damage has already been done. To me, it's psychically humiliating or aggravating to know
I think what the judge said, though, was quite on point. Whatever president is in the White House is a caretaker of the House of the People. He is not the owner.
Yeah, wow.
I thought that was spot on.
But, I mean, as we suspected, there's a military massive complex below the ballroom.
Yeah, it's a bomb shelter, and they're making a drone-proof roof.
Yeah. And I thought this ballroom is a perfect place for him to house, his troops, his private guard, like a little fortress right there next to him in the White House. Here it is. A U.S. judge has temporarily halted President Donald Trump's White House ballroom construction project, ruling that proper procedures were not followed before the project began. The decision comes after the White House was sued by the National Trust for Historic Preservation.
There you go.
It's a minor win, and it's a little temporary halt, but I don't think he cares.
We already know that.
Yeah.
He demonstrates that on a daily basis. Then I thought it was interesting when there was a bunch of hubbub about Iran coming to pass, and he posts that thing, some of these other countries get a spine and go get your oil. I just thought that was hilarious. And in the meantime, he's down at Mar-a-Lago playing golf. I was like cracking up going, what in the hell?
If he spends the rest of his term doing nothing but playing golf, I'm all for it.
I'm right there with you. I'm willing to have my taxpayer dollars go to him playing golf every single day.
Hmm.
Well, it was such an incredible week, and coming off of the high of the No Kings, for me, it was hard to look at any negative news, trying to maintain the sense of community and joy and kind of encouragement that I got by being out there with other people who share the same beliefs as I do and kind of same concerns maybe. It was good for me.
I second that. Instead of the disarray we, as individuals in our tribe and our nation, was feeling 3-4 months ago, now there is something to hold on to believe in, to gain excitement over, rather than that disorientation that was so effectively put in place by the right.
Indeed. You want to focus on the growth in the numbers and the fact that it was joined by numerous countries around the world. As a matter of fact, it was stated somewhere that there was protest marches on every single continent, which is fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't solve the problems of the world today, but at least we took a look at them. We're a little more aware of it. And I want to appreciate anyone listening and anyone stopping by and lending their voice today. Thank you guys for being here, and thank you for joining us week after week. I think it's important that we look at this and at least face it for 25 minutes a week.
Yeah.
Try to. So thank you, and see you again here, okay?
True. Thank you.